The American Israel Public Affairs Committee, AIPAC, represents a concerning example of how intense lobbying can distort the political process in the United States. Starting as a small advocacy group aimed at bolstering U.S. Israel relations, AIPAC has grown into a colossal force, wielding disproportionate influence over U.S. foreign policy, particularly towards Israel and the Middle East. AIPAC's expansion and influence raise questions about the balance of power in U.S. politics. Its fundraising prowess, backed by a substantial membership base, has enabled it to exert considerable sway over lawmakers and policy decisions. This influence is not without controversy. AIPAC's lobbying efforts, often seen as overly aggressive, have been met with scrutiny for their potential to skew bipartisan policymaking in favor of a singular foreign policy agenda. The organization's role in significant policy decisions, such as the U.S. Embassy move to Jerusalem, is emblematic of its outsized influence. AIPAC's activities go beyond advocacy, bordering on coercion, and contribute to a lopsided U.S. foreign policy that often neglects the complexities of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and broader Middle Eastern dynamics. AIPAC's approach has sparked debates about the ethics of lobbying in shaping national policy.
Let's talk about AIPAC, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee. It was incorporated in 1963. For 10 years prior to that, it was known as the American Zionist Committee for Public Affairs. AIPAC calls itself America's pro-Israel lobby, and according to its website, it has over 3 million members across the country in regional chapters working to, quote, expand and strengthen the U.S.-Israel relationship, end quote. You may know AIPAC as being one of the biggest and most recognizable donors to many of the members of Congress in your state. But contributing to campaigns is a relatively new function of the organization. Before 2021, AIPAC did not endorse candidates nor give political contributions. Its focus was on lobbying elected officials, not actually electing officials. But in a dramatic shift in policy, AIPAC began directly funding candidates and spending big on races in 2021. AIPAC Political Action Committee, AIPAC-PAC, filed something called a Statement of Organization with the FEC just in time for the 2022 election cycle, where it spent $50 million, including both direct contributions to candidates and outside spending, like TV advertisements. According to AIPAC, it donated money to 365 candidates from both parties, including every single member of both Democratic and Republican leadership in Congress. 109 Republicans who voted against the certification of the 2020 presidential election in America received campaign contributions from AIPAC. All in all, AIPAC gave money to 342 members of the 118th Congress. The 2022 elections were the most expensive midterms in American history, with a total cost of $8.9 billion spent. Now, last year, AIPAC ranked 15th in total expenditure by a political action committee, according to data collected by Open Secrets. But take a look at the other funders that AIPAC is competing against for that title. Act Blue and Win Red. They are Democratic and Republican Party machines. Save America is Donald Trump's money-raising operation. The Conservative Club for Growth, Emily's List, focuses on electing Democratic women to office. All of the PACs on this list are massively domestic-focused ideological machines. AIPAC is the only organization in the top 20 whose interests are focused entirely on America's relationship to a foreign government. Now, let's take a look at who benefits from AIPAC's largesse. Here are the top 20 recipients in Congress, the House and the Senate, of AIPAC money in the 2022 midterm cycle, according to Open Secrets. They're members of both parties. They come from every corner of the country with varying levels of experience in Congress. The Democrat Glenn Ivey of Maryland tops the list. He beat out fellow Democrat Donna Edwards in Maryland's House primary after AIPAC poured millions into pro-Ivey advertisements and mailers. Edwards was running for a second stint in Congress after serving during the Obama administration, where she voted present, not even a no, on a number of pro-Israel resolutions. So the money poured in against her. Not even an endorsement from Nancy Pelosi could save her.
AIPAC's influence, often attributed to its financial contributions and lobbying, raises concerns about the extent and nature of such influence in politics. The organization's practice of organizing trips to Israel for U.S. lawmakers This practice epitomizes the fine line AIPAC walks between informing and influencing policymakers. A growing partisan divide in U.S. politics further complicates AIPAC's role. Republican support remains strong, while an increasing number of Democrats express reservations. Within the American Jewish community, AIPAC's policies face criticism, highlighting diverse opinions on U.S. Israel relations. AIPAC has evolved, expanding its support base and adapting strategies to navigate the changing political scene. Its efforts, particularly regarding coordination with the Israeli government and indirect political fundraising, spark legal and ethical questions. Undeniably, AIPAC has impacted U.S. foreign policy, notably in decisions like the U.S. Embassy's relocation to Jerusalem and opposition to the Iran nuclear deal.